could spread your legs out long if that felt better. Take a moment to just slow your pace down a little bit. If you've been moving quickly, just welcome yourself to a different moment. We're entering a little more sacred space, stepping in and away from that which has been before this. Check in with your body. I'll invite in the 3 halos of the pelvis and the shoulder girdle and the head. And just check in with those 3 general halos and see what's what for you right here, right now. And the pelvic halo, just find its ground. The heart halo, the shoulder girdle halo, just a little, maybe a little movement, maybe a little stretch of the arms out. And then the head halo, floating upwards in opposition to the pelvis. Maybe some tiny little movements as we start, just to say hello, checking in, tuning in, seeing what's here for you. And then threading, imagine these 3 halos were like beads on a necklace, and we're gonna thread them together with our breath, with our awareness. Just letting your breath flow through your body, out into your fingertips and toe tips. Breathing life into spaces where you may have forgotten that you are alive. And we'll just start with some little cats and cows seated. So on the inhale, broaden and open the chest, lift the heart and the eyes, arch the spine. Welcome in that breath, and on an exhale, round it out, hands at the knees or wherever you can touch to help you kind of broaden into the back body on the exhale, full exhale. And just a couple, moving your way, inhale, opening front body, heart lifts but shoulders drop, collarbones expand. Exhale, space between the shoulder blades, opening the low back, tucking the chin, opening the neck space. Moving at your own pace. Releasing your jaw. Finding your truest, deepest exhale in this moment that is possible. We'll take one more round. Inhaling, expanding. Exhale, rounding. Find your way to the center. Floating, grounding, expanding, and just some gentle torso circles. So as if you were tracing a big wide barrel all the way around your body, all the way through the back and the sides, letting the parts of the body do what they will. Make sure your head is kind of softened and not too rigid. Circle in both directions. We'll just do another moment of this. And then on your next inhale, just finding that center place again. And we'll bring our circles just into the head. So the spine is long. And the head, if you can't do a 360 circle, find the amount that works for you. Pausing in places where you need a little extra love and care and attention. Softening out the jaw, relaxing those shoulders. Taking your time. I'll bring some of my Italy energy to you, where everything just is a little bit slower paced. There is no rush. Let's meet with the right ear toward the right shoulder. And the right hand comes to the left ear, and we'll circle out the left shoulder. And then bring in that left elbow and wrist and fingers to that circle. And a big backstroke with the left arm while you're stretching the right ear toward the right shoulder. Circle that arm in both directions. And then we'll meet with the left hand to the back of the heart and head comes back to neutral. Left hand and right hand find their way to or toward each other. Maybe you use a strap. Right elbow is up, left elbow is down. Draw your belly in. And release on out, letting those arms dance a little bit. Head dance, the halo of the shoulder girdle dance and the hips. And then we'll meet with the left shoulder toward the left ear. Left hand reaches toward right ear. And take your time to feel the side neck. Circle the right shoulder. Deepening your breaths, elbow, wrist, fingers come into this. Jaw releasing, relaxing. Big wide circle with the right arm. Ooh, bringing some fresh oxygen into the chest and the back of the shoulder. Circle in the other direction. And then we'll meet with the right hand to the back of the right hand to the back of the heart. Left and right hands find their way to or toward one another. You could grab your shirt or a strap, a towel. Left elbow up, right elbow down. Big breath. And release. We'll take a hug around the body, tucking the chin toward the chest, right elbow on top of left. And then circle those elbows, which will circle the shoulders. Nice warm up for the shoulders. Circle in the other direction. Release and a big wide open, palms up, arms wide, thumbs up, thumbs down, pinkies up, gaze up, inhale, arching the back, and then exhale, hug around again. Left elbow on top this time, tuck the chin toward the chest. And when you're ready, circle out the elbows, still keeping yourself hugged around. The hands reach back for those shoulders. Circle in the other direction. Let your head kind of move organically. And just take a moment to take that wide, expansive openness through the heart. And then draw your hands to your face and slide the fingertips down from the forehead all the way down along the eyebrows, the cheekbones, under the cheeks, the jaw, the strong jaw muscles. Open the mouth, let it just open, make some sound if it feels good. Right down the throat, the neck, transitioning to all fours. And let's lengthen out right leg, spreading back through the right heel, drawing the belly in, extending through the back of the leg, and let the shoulders draw away from the ears. Find your bounce if it feels good for you, or stay static if that's better for you. Check in with each toe on that right foot. Take a breath. And we'll float the right leg into space and launch the left arm forward and circle out wrist and ankle. Easy with the head and neck. Big breath in, lift, arm and leg, inhale. Exhale, squeeze in, round in, elbow to knee, tuck the chin. Inhale, lift, expand. Exhale, round, squeeze belly, tuck chin. One more, inhale, reach. Exhale, round. Reach it out, inhale, and we'll bend the right knee and reach back for the foot. If you can take it, that's fabulous. If you can't, just pretend that you can. You can also use a strap. Lift that thigh, lift that chest, lift the throat. Breathe in fullness of life and extend arm and leg, and left hand comes down, right foot comes down. Right arm circles wide, lean back, open up, enjoy the moment. Keep on circling if it feels good for you, or stay with that lean back, right hand way back behind you. You can touch it every time you circle if you like. Let's meet with the right arm over the right ear and just spread through the whole right side body. Delicious stretch for the right side. Welcome back to your body. Gaze up and down for the neck's sake. And if it feels good, float the right leg up into space. And if it feels good, reach back for the foot or ankle for yet another back bend, opening the heart, opening the front of that hip. Choose your gaze so that your neck is really at ease. Take a breath. And release, come to all fours, move it around your way. Could be cats and cows, could be circles, spirals. Stillness, all is welcome. Maybe a little shake out for each wrist. And then we'll meet with the left leg back, come on the ball of that left foot and reach the left heel back, pausing, bouncing, stillness, whatever feels best in your body. Make sure your breath is flowing full and deep and smooth, and that your head, just give it a little bit of bobble, finding its grace and ease. And then go ahead, float the left leg up into space, reach the right arm forward, belly draws in, limbs are lengthening, wrist and ankle circling, breath flowing. Inhale, reach. Exhale, round and squeeze in. Inhale, reach, lengthen. Lift arm and leg. Exhale, round, squeeze. Inhale, lift. Exhale, squeeze round. And we'll reach it out. Bend the left knee, reach back for the foot or the ankle or whatever you can imagine you've got. Lift the thigh, lift the throat, broaden the heart. Breathe full, take a breath, extend long, and then right hand down, left foot down, left arm reaches up and back behind to expand the chest, open your heart, let the head go if it feels good. You can circle with the left arm and just meet with that expansive opening, left fingertips back behind you every time you circle, or just circle or just pause there, whatever feels best. We'll meet with the left arm over the left ear, big stretch for the whole left side from fingertips back through outer left foot. Launch the left leg up into space in your timing if it feels good. And if you like, reach back for the foot again. Once again, expanding through the heart, gazing so that your neck is not cranked. Take a breath. Celebrate this moment and return when you are ready to all fours and just move it around your way. Send yourself back into a child pose once you've found that moment that feels right for that. Hips to heels, shoulder blades open and broad, palms spreading, forehead to the ground. And just like you're letting the air out of a balloon, just let yourself kind of decompress for a moment. Interlace your hands back behind you, lifting the arms to the sky. Tuck the chin and roll onto the top or beyond of your head. Feel safe in this pose. Open the chest, shoulders. In your own time, unwind and find your way to downward facing dog, hips high, bend one knee and then the other, just walk it out. And take a moment, give yourself a nod yes. And notice what you're saying yes to in your practice today. What is your desire, your intention, what feels good and that you want to follow? And then shake it out and no. And set those boundaries where you don't want to explore today, where you want to draw the line. Certainly where any, pain that says don't do that comes in. That's a big no. Let's go ahead and draw the heels down and the hips up. Press the palms forward and draw the shoulder blades down, which is up toward the sky, the back. Let that head dangle free. Squeeze the belly strong and say hello to your downward dog. If there's anything to adjust or tweak, now is your moment. Walk the feet together Lift those kneecaps, those thighs, and let's launch the right leg up to the sky. Bend the right knee and roll your hip wide open. And bring it into a circle for that right knee. Inviting more breath as you open that right hip joint. Circle in both directions and go ahead. Launch your right leg super high to the sky. Inhale. And we'll step the right foot forward, sink down onto the left knee, dip your hips deep, and let's reach the arms on up, interlace the fingers, palms sky high, shoulders drop, chest opens, front of hip opens. Shift this into a goddess shape so the arms are wide, the elbows are wide, the palms face forward, the shoulders drop, elbows forward, fingertips back, sink a little deeper. Reach the arms back up to the sky. Big breath in, big open, back bend. Lift the heart and plant the palms, fly, standing split. Left leg floats, head bows heavy. Give that head another shake and invite that left leg to float higher, higher, higher. Big breath in. Let's step it back strong, high plank. Pausing here. Just 3 breaths to set yourself up for strength and awareness and any intentions that may have come since the start of the class. One more big breath in. And find your way. Maybe it's knees down, all the way down to your belly. Lift the heart once you've landed down and lift the chest. Inhale. Exhale, come on down. We'll take a couple like that. Inhale, rise. Weight on the hands is not too much. The spine is doing the work as well. Broaden the collarbone, squeeze the shoulder blades together. One more time, inhale. Exhale, come on down. Interlace your hands back behind and once again lift the thighs this time. Gaze is down. Squeeze actively the shoulder blades together. And actively draw the shoulders down the back. One last breath. Come on down. Press up, high plank. And draw back, downward facing dog. Again, hips high. Inner thighs pull back and up. Inner elbows roll forward. As the palms press in and the shoulders draw down the back, lengthen out your pose any way you can. Walk the feet together. Launch the left leg up to the sky. Left leg bends and hip rolls open. Circling happens for that left knee. Circle in both directions. Breathing it all in. Left leg flows super high to the sky. Pull back through each heel. Press forward through each palm. Inhale. And let's step through. Left foot steps, right knee drops down, hips sink. This time, interlace your hands behind you at your low back. The chest broadens and the shoulder blades activate. Right thigh opens. Let's transition to that goddess pose again. Elbows wide, wrists in line with elbows, gaze up, heart up. Belly spreading upward, if you can imagine that. Let the arms rise and the belly rise, just internally. Hands plant, let's fly into our standing split. Right leg flows up to the sky and head bows and shake out that head. See if you can rise out of your hip joint so you're not dumping into your hip, but just using it as a firm support. Right leg flows a little higher, one more breath. And we'll step back strong, high plank. Pausing here for 3 breaths. If you want to amp it up a little bit, you can lift one leg off the ground, pausing the other. Last breath. Find your way down to your belly, any which way. Hands come by the ribs this time and rise it up a little higher. Shoulders drop, heart lifts, shoulder blades squeeze, head is easy. Exhale, come on down. Interlace your hands at the low back, switch the clasp of the hands, squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift the chest, lift the thighs, lift the arms, gaze is down, neck is long. One more breath. Lift a little higher through those arms, hands plant down under the shoulders. Inhale, press up, high plank. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Make some sound on your exhales. One more. Bend your knees, look forward and spring, step or float to the front. Reach out long, flat back, inhale and exhale, fold, bow. Ragdoll pose, walk your feet as wide as you like and bend your knees as much as you like. And choose a position for your hands and arms that feels right. It could be opposite hand to opposite elbow. You might have your hands on blocks or your legs or the floor. Say hello to your back body. Connection to self. Folding in. Take your hands to the back of your head or hair in your own time and give a nice massage and pull of the hair. Anything that feels right in this moment, touching your jaw, your temples, any part of your face, noticing where you're holding tension these days and just sending some love there. It may not necessarily even shift, but just the awareness, the touch, the care, really, really crucial. Hands drop down to the floor gently. Take a breath in and a really releasing sigh out. Bend your knees. Roll your way gently up to standing. Take your time. Circle out those shoulders and hips and head once you got there. Reach your arms out wide. Just pause for a moment in the width and expanse. And if there is something you'd like to open your heart to, something particular, just take this moment to just name that or feel that. Pause with it. Acknowledge. Float the arms high. And some little gentle side to sides, reaching hands one way and swaying the hips to open the side body. Finding stillness in the middle as you're ready. Inhale, walk the fingertips along the ceiling. Firm-footed, light-hearted. Believe in the magic. Inhale. And exhale, fold, bow, swan dive forward and down. Any way you want to get down. Inhale, reach out long, lift and lengthen, belly strong. Exhale, step or jump it, high plank. This time, chaturanga, just hovering above the mat, elbows in close, legs strong. Your version of back bend, thighs could be down or up. Chest is opening and floating, fountaining. Shoulders drop. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg high to the sky. And we'll step forward for a warrior one. Right foot steps, left foot spins flat. Find your footing and rise on up. Right foot is in line with right hip. Left foot is in line with left hip. Dip in through your hips. Spread through the back leg. Circle those shoulders and head for just a moment. Make sure there's looseness there, stability through the lower body, openness through the heart. Take that moment to reach the arms out like you're preparing for a gigantic hug. And then float the arms up high, shoulders drop, heart is still open. Big breath in, spread through the back leg. Lift the heart, back bend, walk your fingertips along the ceiling. And exhale, we'll release, step back strong, high plank, pause. Chaturanga, elbows in close, low push up. Inhale your version of an open-hearted back bend. Work the spine. Exhale, pull back, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts on up to the sky. And we'll step forward on exhale. Left foot steps, warrior one, right foot spins flat. Take your time to find your footing, your hips as the outer right hip rolls forward. The outer left hip draws back. There's a little steering of the hips gently to the left. Firmly spread through the feet. And again, reach your arms out in that big hug, you're hugging the world. Spread through the back leg and float the arms high with that same intention. Belly draws in and up, energy down through the back leg and forward through the front. Gaze and heart look up as your fingertips walk along the ceiling. Inhale. And we'll release. Step back strong, high plank. Chaturanga, low push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Squeeze the belly in on each of those exhales. Let the head release and do its thing. On your next exhale, bend your knees, look forward, spring step or float to the front. Reach on out, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen in both directions through the spine. And then exhale, fold in, hug in, bow in. Walk your feet together and Utkatasana. Bend your knees, drop your hips, swoop your arms high. Sink through the hips, lift through the pinky fingers. Opposite hand to opposite elbow, and just a little side to side to open the side chest, the waistline. Float those arms high as you sink a little deeper. Inhale, belly strong. Sink a little deeper. And when you're ready, fold in, swan dive down. Lift and lengthen, flat back, reach. Step or jump, high plank, chaturanga, low push-up. You can head straight to down dog, by the way, if that works better for you. We're meeting there anyway. Right leg flows to the sky, big breath in. Let's step forward, warrior one, inhale. Land the pose, big hug around and up. And then swoop wide, warrior two, exhale. How about a little dance for the arms and the shoulders and the head and the torso. And then reverse your warrior, walk your fingertips along the ceiling. Big breath in. We'll meet in our side angle lunge, elbow to thigh, left arm over left ear, spread through the left side body and breathe. If it feels good, wrap your top arm around your back for a half bind as you're breathing. You could also full bind it if that's in your practice today. Choose the gaze that's right for you. Spread through the back leg and dip deeper through the hips. Let's return to warrior two, reversing, straightening that right leg just for the moment. And then we'll flow it on out. Straight back to down dog your way through vinyasa. Or just straight on back. Breath in and breath out. Firm footing through the palms and the feet. Ease through the head. Left leg flows to the sky. Inhale. And we'll step forward, warrior one. Left foot steps, right foot spins flat. Big hug around and up. Inhale, opening this warrior one pose. Aware of both legs, both arms, your head, the halos. And then spread wide, warrior two. Dance it through, arms, head, shoulders, torso. Reverse your warrior, legs are strong and supportive. Inhale. And side angle, exhale, elbow to thigh. Right arm over right ear. Maybe a little nod yes to check in with your head. Check in with those strong legs, with your breath. Maybe a half or a full bind is here for you today. Spread that heart. Ease through the head and neck. Notice your yeses and nos through the head. One more breath to feel into the fullness of this moment. And then let's return to warrior two and straighten the leg as you reverse. Inhale. And we'll meet back in down dog somehow, maybe through vinyasa, maybe straight back. 3 breaths once you've reached downward facing dog. Shoulder blades broad, head at ease, hips super high, legs strong and open. One more big breath in. Exhale everything out. Bend your knees, look forward. If you want to take some little mini hops to the front, that could be fun. You can also step, reach out long, take the toes, the big toes with your first two fingers and thumb, breath in, and exhale, fold in, pull in, fold in. Return to self, connection to self. Bend your knees and roll your way up to standing. Reach arms out wide, like that big hug, and high. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the heart, right through the center. Breath in, breath out. Let's just take a moment, just a mountain pose, a stand. Just to feel the feet. And maybe a gentle, small dance that happens. What can you release and what needs a little more support, firming? What brings you more joy and ease? Let's shift the weight off to the right foot and draw the left foot somewhere along the inseam of the right leg. So just take the moment to pause and find your hands at your heart. I've got mine at the back of my heart. There they went. You choose. Breathe into this, grounding, rooting, and rising. Blossom your arms like a big tree, a big, grand, great tree. Blow in the wind, flow in the wind. Stable and fluid, such a great balance. Take a breath. And find both feet on the ground once again, mountain pose. Maybe there's something different that shows up this time. Stillness. Shift your weight off to your left foot and find the right foot somewhere along the inseam of the left leg. Could be high, could be low, toe could be even touching the ground. Find your hands at your heart. Heart opening. So can you be open-hearted just standing right here on one leg? What does it mean to be open-hearted? When you're ready, flow the arms into blossom, into branching, into flowing in the wind. Your choice, how this looks and goes. Take a breath, feel the fullness of the moment, and land back on 2 feet, safe and sound. Big circle around with the arms, inhale. And flow the arms high again. This time folding once again, forward and down, just let it go. Reach out long to flat back, belly strong. Spine pointing like arrows in 2 directions. Let's step or jump it, high plank. Chaturanga, low push-up. Inhale, your version, up dog. Exhale, pull it on back, down dog. Right leg flows up to the sky and we'll step forward, warrior 1. Right foot steps, left foot spins flat, big hug around the world. Walk your fingertips along the ceiling, firm through the legs. Spread open wide, wide eagle arms, warrior 2. Reverse your warrior and this time straighten that right leg. And just breathe into that right side body all the way to the hip crease. And then hinge your hips back and reach wide and long with that right hand, right arm, all the way forward and down. Hand might touch a block or your shin or the floor. Take your time to set up so that you can land the legs and then start spinning through the low belly up toward the ceiling. Spin through the low ribs up. Spin through the heart up, right through those top fingertips. Long spine, long legs, breathe. Choose the gaze that works for you. And is there anything you want to do to sort of ornament this pose, to make it even more your own? One more breath here. We're going to fly into our standing split. So, sorry, the half moon rather. So the right hand steps forward of the right foot And the left leg flows up, karate kicks up to the sky. And the left arm also flows up, up, up. Big wingspan for the arms, open-hearted pose. And maybe you bend your back knee and reach for your back foot for a little extra open back bend. Take a breath. And then step it back and turn the toes in and heels out, wide stance, hips, shoulders, head, halos, dance. Hands to the low back, and the chest opens, the elbows draw toward one another, the heart lifts, the belly is strong, throat opens, the gaze opens. Exhale, hinge at the hips and bow. Surrender, hands down, head down. Maybe a pull to the hair if that feels good in your body. Head might dangle or might touch a block, or even touch the floor if you've got the right geometry for it. Breathe into wherever you are, and if you can make it even better for yourself, find it. This is great practice just to find the sweet spot so that you know what it feels like in moments that are more pressure-filled. What does it feel like to be just right in your body? Couple more breaths. So nice to have the time to explore that. And sometimes even if it's like, if there's some physical intensity, still you might find yourself like, yeah, this is the right place. Walk your way into a flat back, hands under shoulders, inhale. And then walk your way around to the front and simply step back to downward facing dog. And just move it around, bend one knee, swivel those hips a little bit and the spine. You might take some circles or spirals or cats and cows. You could come down on your knees too, if that's better for you. And spread your way back to down dog. Lift the left leg up to the sky. Let's step forward, warrior one. Inhale, rise, wide and up, big hug around the world. Exhale, swing wide, warrior two. Reversing your warrior, straightening your left leg. Hinging the hips and tailbone back and swinging long like a big, wide, gigantic clock so that the left hand comes down to the shin or a block or the floor or what have you. And then spin the belly, spin the ribs, up, up, up. Spin the heart up and the fingertips right up toward the noontime sun. Breathe into it and nod your head yes, just notice. Anything you need to adjust to make this pose better for you or to add your own flourish to it in this very moment. Maybe it doesn't make sense, but it feels good. So take a breath, celebrate, and we'll fly into our half moon, stepping the left hand forward of the pinky toe, karate kick right leg up into space, wingspan, heart open, bend the right knee, reach back for the right foot. If that's in your process today, in your practice, take another breath. And we'll simply step the right foot forward to meet the left. Rise back up to standing. Inhale. Hands through the heart, through the center of the head, through the lips, center of the lips, the throat, to the heart. And then just let them part down the sides and pause in mountain. Slow it down. Check in with your feet, possibly another halo of the body, and the pelvis, and the heart. The arms are an extension of that, and the head, the jaw, could be its own limb. Inhale, the arms hide, big breath in. Exhale, swan dive, fold down deep, let it go. Inhale, reach out, lift and lengthen. And we'll step back strong to the high plank and pause, just pausing and breathing. celebrating your strength. You return to your practice if it's been a while. Come back to any intention you might have formed, all the yeses, all the nos. Take a breath. And gently, gently come on down. Maybe knees go first, belly down. Just take a moment to rest. Turn your head to one side, and if you need a little pillow with your hands, you can take that. Just breathe into the earth with your belly. Push the earth away and then receive it. Notice how the breath works with that. Bend your knees and just windshield wiper side to side a little bit with those feet, hips. Meeting back with the feet down, and turn your head to the other side. And just pause and breathe and celebrate this moment. We get to do this together for a whole hour. Bend your knees and windshield wiper. And then feet come down to the ground. And we'll bend the knees and we'll reach back for the feet or ankles. If you can only do one at a time, that's okay. We'll do this twice. And we're not going anywhere this time. So forehead down, pubic bone presses down, thighs lengthen, and we're just going to be here. So squeeze the shoulder blades together and feel the opening for the thighs and maybe the chest, the back of the neck. Notice where you feel it. And just breathe and relax into this. With the legs, we're going to roll onto the left side. So go ahead, rather with the hands still on the feet. We're going to roll to the left side. If you only have one foot, that's okay. Just pause. Doesn't have to be any big thing. But it is a heart opener, so open that heart. And then we'll roll through center and roll onto the other side. And just be with this, have fun, enjoy, relax. Receive. Take another breath. Roll back through center and just let the legs go and pause and integrate what just happened. Bend the knees again and reach back again for the feet or the ankles. Maybe you take the other foot if you only did one side. Forehead down, pubic bone down, thighs lengthen, and you could stay right here. Like this might be absolutely perfect and enough. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Now, if you want to come further, the legs pull back and the chest lifts. And it might just be a tiny little bit. That's okay. So you pause and you find the place of the edge where you're challenging yourself to work through the legs and the spine. Really, really strong, important parts of our bodies. Take another breath. Gently, gently roll onto your right side. See what you can do. And this time, place the left foot on the ground and just find a place where you're kind of lounging and the heart's lifting and that left knee is sort of opening. Maybe the head is on the ground, maybe it's on a block. And then we'll take it over to the other side. Just roll and let the right foot land to the ground, and somehow the right arm opens, spreads, whatever you're doing, just have fun with it, explore, enjoy. Roll back through center in your own timing, very open-hearted work. And then we'll find our way back to child pose, the hips to the heels. And we're gonna just spend a moment to open the back of the heart. So just breathe into the back of the chest, the back of the heart. What does that evoke for you? How does the front and the back relate? When we open the back of the heart, we open to the past, we bow to the past, surrender to the past. All good. Whatever has happened has served us to get to this place. So please honor and be grateful for all that has happened, even if it's been really tough, traumatic. Take a breath. Easy rise and just rock yourself onto your back. Find your blocks so that they might be handy in case we need them. And just do what feels good for you on your back. You might stretch out, you might hug in. You might take a little windshield wipe side to side with the knees. And we're going to meet that way. So let the feet come wide on the mat and draw your knees toward the left and come onto the knife edges of the feet. And just pause. You'll feel a nice stretch for the outer flank of the right side body, the waistline, the outer hip. Check in with your neck and your head. Take a breath. And then make your way to the other side. You might take a couple easy ones before pausing with the knees to the right and the knife edges of your feet on the ground. And just inspect your body. Like, how could this be even sweeter? How is it that your breath can flow in a little more? Last couple breaths. Finding your way back to center. Just pausing with the feet to the ground. Maybe a little wiggle through the hips. We're going to press through the feet and lift the hips into bridge pose. So your choice, if you want to place a block underneath your hips, high, medium, or low level, that might be just amazing. It's a little more of a restorative, so obviously it's a more supportive pose. And it might give you the chance to open your heart, to really take time to feel the chest opening, the thighs lengthening. Open-hearted practice is whole body practice. We'll take 2 more breaths wherever you are. And gently come on down and just hug the knees into the chest and rock it out a little bit. Let your head go with that rock. Hands come to knees and we circle the knees. The head might go with that circle. And we'll take one more back bend. So if you did something restorative, just give yourself a little more of a challenge to come into either bridge, or maybe you come into wheel, setting your hands up, your feet up, you know. And if you're not up for challenge and you want something more restorative, you've got the block. If you have a block in your hand, in your practice. So come into a back bend of your choice. You might even come into a prep. You know, if you're prepping for wheel, maybe you just imagine yourself in the pose. We take 3 breaths wherever we are. Last breath. Come on down wherever you are. Tuck your chin if you were in wheel. And we're going to meet back and down dog. So just find your way there. We're going to come into our pigeon pose. So right leg flows up to the sky and steps to the left wrist. Sink your hips, lift your heart. Celebrate those hips, and you might just fold right in. You might stay high. You choose. You might want something to support your head and or your torso. So just give yourself the gift of support. We'll take 5 breaths here. One more breath. And let's find our way back to down dog. Breath in, breath out.
Right leg flows back up to the sky, bend the knee, roll open, and we're going just for fun to flip our dogs out. Big open-hearted pose, heart to the sky, hips, belly, fingertips up, lift, lift, lift off of out of the ground. Let your head fall back if it feels good. Take a breath. And we'll meet back, downward facing dog. Left leg flows to the sky. Step your left foot forward to meet your right and sink in through the hips, lift through the heart. Find your bearings and surrender. Maybe things are starting to slow down a little bit. Closer to the ground, belly down. Decompress. Last couple breaths. One more breath. And we'll come on out of this and launch the left leg up to the sky, bend the left knee, roll your hip open, and give it a try. Flip it out. Flip your dog, or just, imagine yourself going there. Fingertips up, head back, heart high. This is a big, open-hearted heart opener. One last breath. Flip on back. Bend your knees and roll your way onto your back. Somehow you're going to arrive on your back, hugging your knees into your chest. Oh my goodness. Landing there and twisting, knees to the left, right arm opens, or any twist that feels good in your body. Pausing, touching stillness or the illusion of stillness. And whenever you're ready in your own timing, you switch it up. There's no rush. There's lots to give to yourself, to feel, to breathe, so be gentle and kind. As we really start to slow things down now. And any other movement that your body wishes for Shavasana, now is your time. So if you're ready for Shavasana, just go ahead and settle in. If you have more to do for your body's well-being before a rest, then do it. Stretch, touch, massage, core work, all is on offer from you to you. Setting up, finding our way to rest. On our backs with support. Slowing the breath. Returning to earth and your connection to earth. If you can do this outside, it's called earthing. Receive the benefits of this practice. And just take the time to notice and integrate without thinking, just by receiving. Make any sounds or sighs that want to come out. Shavasana.
Taking a big breath in and a long breath out. Wiggle your fingers and toes and let your head roll easy side to side, and just take the moment to celebrate your life, that you are alive on this beautiful day as we come into summer 2022, summer solstice. My goodness, rolling on your side and giving yourself a loving hug. And this kind of curling in and hugging in, also welcome on the big open day of a year. It's time to take stock of like what you might want to shift. We're kind of halfway through the year. Any big changes or shifts that might want to happen, or little ones, little tweaks. Just notice what comes up. And then find your way to seated in your own timing. No rush to get there. And as you reconnect to the halos, the pelvis, the shoulder girdle, and the head, and any little tweaks that you became aware of in Shavasana as you were pondering the half of the year, just about half. Just let it all integrate and settle in, and know that you can begin the journey of shift and change right here, right now. Draw your hands to your heart. And just pause there, sending yourself lots of love, appreciation, really believe in yourself. Just send it there, the heart. And bow your head, your eyes down to the hands and the heart to honor yourself and all the heart, all the love that you hold in your heart. Just honor it, all the people, all the places, all the things, all the unnamables, things that are not things. And lift the thumbs up to the third eye center and let that lift you up, 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 up. So you are floating in air. And from that space, from that place of deep wisdom, of divinity really within yourself and all those around you, we'll bow and say namaste.